Good morning, gentlemen. Our briefing today will be on item number RPC-035. Object class, Beta. Containment protocols. RPC-035 is to be kept in a locked room at site. RPC-035's containment can only be entered with direct supervision from at least one security guard and documented permission from personnel with no lower than a Level 2 security clearance. Every 3 days, one D-Class should be sent into RPC-035's containment cell after drinking no less than 8 fluid ounces of his or her choice of coffee. Additionally, at least one armed member of the Authority security force should accompany each D-Class at all times until their termination. The D-Class will be instructed to drink the liquid within RPC-035-1. Once the liquid inside of RPC-035-1 has been consumed, they should be escorted back to their cell before more RPC-035-1 can be consumed. The next D-Class in the set of 5 should be assigned to RPC-035 for the next scheduled execution of this procedure. Once the D-Class has consumed RPC-035-1 on 20 occasions, they will be terminated. When all 5 participants are terminated, new ones should be assigned to RPC-035 immediately. Description: RPC-035 is a normal-sized carmine-painted teapot. 6 terracotta-colored spider-like appendages made of hardened clay protrude from the base of RPC-035. These appendages seem to peak from the lower half of RPC-035. 035 has a cap that cannot be removed despite all attempts by the Authority. Additionally, samples of RPC-035's clay reveal no anomalous properties in the material. 035 is variably hot to the touch and has a recorded lowest temperature of 71.1 degrees Celsius immediately after 035-1 was consumed, and a highest recorded temperature of 829 degrees Celsius after 20 days of isolation. If conditions are met, RPC-035 will manifest an ornate glass teacup filled with 2 ounces of a semi-translucent, deep magenta-colored liquid, which is similar in both smell and taste to hibiscus tea. This is referred to as RPC-035-1. 035-1 will always retain the temperature of 71.1 degrees Celsius, regardless of RPC-035's temperature. Symptoms resulting from the consumption of RPC-035-1 are currently incurable and include the following. Firstly, increased aggression toward all forms of life except microorganisms. Second, decreased brain functionality, starting with a 10% decrease in brain function after the first instance of RPC-035-1. Third, the presence of a clear British accent, seemingly from a Southern Wales dialect. Fourth, a heavy addiction to RPC-035-1. RPC-035 seems to have no melting point, despite all testing by the Authority. Depending on the number of days it has gone without someone having consumed 035-1, 035 has a recorded lowest speed of 40 kilometers an hour and a highest recorded speed of 241 kilometers an hour. This highest speed was recorded during a period of isolation where no instances of RPC-035-1 were created or consumed. RPC-035 will roam around aimlessly when humans are not interacting with it, and will only change its behavior when it comes within 5 feet of sentient life or senses through unknown means an obstacle in its path. If RPC-035 encounters an obstacle, it will attempt to go around said obstacle. 035's behavior will change after 5 days if there has been no consumption of RPC-035-1, and 035 will attempt to jump over obstacles. Additionally, after 20 days without any consumption of RPC-035-1, 035 will ignore any obstacles and will attempt to burn through them while walking repeatedly into them. When any human comes within 5 feet of RPC-035, 035 will approach them. RPC-035 will proceed to manifest an instance of RPC-035-1. 035 seems to be capable of doing this an infinite number of times through unknown means. If the human target refuses to consume RPC-035-1, 035 will become incredibly violent toward the target and attempt to scald the human by pouring a tea-like substance onto them from its spout. This liquid has the same temperature as RPC-035 at the time of the outburst, and no anomalous effects have been recorded as a result of exposure to the liquid from RPC-035's spout. The violent outbursts of RPC-035 usually end in the termination of the target due to severe burns to the cerebrum. Should the target consume RPC-035-1, they will immediately come under RPC-035-1's symptoms. After RPC-035-1 has been consumed 10 times, the person, hereafter referred to as RPC-035-2, will have deteriorated into a mindless, aggressive, zombie-like humanoid. RPC-035-2 will carry and brandish 035 and will attempt to terminate all life within its line of sight. While RPC-035-2 is active, 035 will show no anomalous properties outside of indestructibility. This behavior remains constant until 035-2 is terminated. When this occurs, 035 will return to its normal state and continue to aimlessly wander, looking for humans to offer RPC-035-1 to. Recovery log. RPC-035 was found in RPC-035 was found by Mobile Strike Team Zulu 5 after a police call from reporting a strange man committing a murder with a teapot, later identified as RPC-035. Mobile Strike Team Zulu 5, codenamed Redcoats Falling, arrived at to see a floor sprayed with blood and a tea-like substance, as well as 5 people staring down at 3 dead bodies, one identified as RPC-035-2, as well as RPC-035 wandering the room. Agent proceeds to take RPC-035 by its handle and swiftly take it to on-site containment before it can react to him. At the same time, Agent was ordered to interview the person in charge of while the rest of the Redcoats Falling controlled the crowd and administered Class B amnestics to people currently in Interview 035-1. Interviewed, Jackson, Assistant Manager at Interviewer, Agent Redcoats Falling Officer. Forward, Jackson was brought to a nearby alleyway to avoid any witnesses overhearing the interview. Interviewee was still slightly traumatized after the events of RPC-035's discovery. Begin log. Agent says, "Sir, I need you to try your best to stay calm and tell me what happened as best as you can remember." Jackson replies, All right. At this point, Jackson breathes deeply in and out for about 5 minutes before continuing. So, this lad walks in, right? He seems to be a couple sandwiches short of a picnic. His eyes snapped over to the person closest to him, and he started walking over to them. The only weird part of it was the teapot with legs in his hand. Probably some American, I thought. Then this bloody guy starts beating the poor lad to death with the teapot. Killed him before anyone knew what to do. And then another lad runs over and tackles him into a chokehold, and after a small struggle, the weird fellow just slumps to the floor. The chuffed bugger just stomped his head into a pulp in a rage. The bloody bloke probably cost us a bomb. Agent replies, All right, that explains the first 2 bodies, but what about the 3rd body? Jackson replies, That's the weird part. I swear I must be dreaming or something. The teapot crawled up to the prideful bloke and just conjured up a teacup with tea in it. The poor fucker says no, and the teapot just leaps onto his face and pours the tea into his eyes and face. The poor fucker's face melted off. Man, just thinking about it makes me want to chunder. Seeing his face melt and... At this point, Jackson proceeds to vomit on the floor, visibly disgusted. Agent replies, Thank you. Come with me and we'll take you back. It'll all be alright if you just listen to us. End log. Closing statement. Agent and the rest of Mobile Strike Team Zulu 5 successfully administered Class B amnestics and suppressive amnestics to all witnesses. Jackson was able to return to work, and the day continued as normal. The police report reads that a drunken man killed 2 men at and was then killed by Jackson in an act of bravery. Addendum 1. It should be noted that the effects of RPC-035-1 are doubled when ingested by anyone with a mother or father of immediate British descent. The reason for this is currently unknown. Addendum 2. The effects of RPC-035-1 are halved when coffee is consumed within 2 hours of ingesting RPC-035-1, meaning that it would take 20 instances of RPC-035-1 for an instance of RPC-035-2 to be created, as opposed to the standard 10 instances. And that concludes this briefing. I will see you all in the morning. You are dismissed.